Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So we're having an interesting time here in Doctor Who fandom, and when I say interesting, for once, I actually mean quite good, right? This is actually quite a nice time. This is not the first time we've experienced what we're experiencing now. What are we experiencing? Well, a gentleman never tells. But specifically what we're experiencing, we're in the great unknown, right? This time between eras, right? And I've lived through this more than once, right? There's a changing of the guard happening in Doctor Who. Which I personally I'm very happy about. Quite frankly, I did not like the previous era of Doctor Who. I thought it was the opposite of Doctor Who. But if you liked it, God bless you. And it was nothing about Jodie Whittaker having a vagina. Really, it was fine that she had a vagina. It was the lack of ability to convince me that she was Doctor Who that I kind of had a problem with. And in all fairness, the script she was given to convince me with weren't very convincing. But anyway, I digress. We're in a great unknown right now. Great unknown. What could it be? And this time it's actually a little bit different because it's totally different. There's like they keep telling us this is going to be different from anything you've ever seen before, right? This is kind of okay. Here's where I think we are. Imagine '96, if you can remember way back then. And the McGann movie came out, and it was a smash hit. Imagine it being a smash hit like Friends at the time, and it would just be huge, and it became like the biggest thing. That's what they're saying Doctor Who's going to be now, right? Which some people are like, oh no, I like it a bit smaller. Whatever. I think it's still going to be very authentically Doctor Who, and I think that for one reason and one reason alone, Russell T Davies, right? I don't think he can write an inauthentic script, right? I think he's very much on board with a lot of the tribalism that is in the entertainment industry. I think he feels very connected to a lot of those causes. However, I think a person's allowed to think what they want and believe what they want and express it in their art however they want. What we haven't had that for a while because I don't think you have people I would call artists actually creating Doctor Who. It's just been in unqualified people platforming things they thought were important on a surface of a mediocre Doctor Who, right? So I that's why I don't think it's going to be bad. You might hate it, right? You may hate it, but there's a lot coming with this era. We're hoping for that big Disney Plus channel, right, with lots of spin-off shows. So here's another one. Here's another which I think might actually happen. Right? I think this is the heir apparent to the Sarah Jane Adventures. Although, I can't see this in the video, but we don't really know, right? I think the spin-offs aren't really going to be announced before we see what their Doctor Who is, right? I think it's going to be quite some time before we hear what it is, because I think it's going to grow very naturally out of what Doctor Who is. Like much like the first time round, Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures grew out of what they were doing as Doctor Who, right? Doing with Doctor Who. So I think it's probably going to be somewhat similar second time around. That being said, I think there's a good chance we're seeing more Ace. I do think there's a good chance I don't think the Power of the Doctor made a particularly good impression on the normies. I think it's probably the best thing that Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who did, and I think the standout star with that was Sophie Aldred, right? I think she really, really bought it in that. I thought she was great, right? She lifted whatever scene she was in. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely, and I think she's really got the got the chops to be able to headline a series. So I would like to see it happen. I think Russell T Davies has seen her ability. He's always liked her. Maybe, I would be on board for it, right? It'll be weird for me because, I don't know. Sarah Jane was the companion when I was a little kid, right? When I was 5 or 6. But Ace was the companion when I was 18. So it feels like that was the beginning of my adult life. So it feels like it's still part of my adult. Now it's nostalgia. It's sort of strange. I don't know. But anyway, Sophie Aldred It's up for it. Yeah, we're game if you are. That, if you don't know, that's the quote that John Nathan Turner said when that's a quoting John Nathan Turner when he offered her the role as the companion. He came down from the on Dragonfire, so he came down from the gantry onto the set smoking. I would have loved to just go visit the 80s because everybody could smoke everywhere. I'm not a smoker, but I think I would just to fit in. It sounded awesome to be able to do that. Smoking is, I think, was it Gauloises? I'm not sure what cigarettes he smoked. No, that was Nick Briggs at the time, I believe. That I found out from the BBV alternate video extras from years ago. Anyway, so said to Sophie, we're game if you are, right? We're game if you are. And I think Sophie's saying the same thing now to Rusty Davis. She's game if we are. So, Sophie, I hope we're all game. I hope we're all game. That'd be fantastic. Fine, this was from my live stream from last night. I'm recording this intro on January the 25th. What's that? Wednesday, January 25th. The live stream was from the 24th. Join me on my live stream, baby. We have a lot of fun, okay? And you can ask me stuff and we interact. It's kind of, sometimes when I'm paying attention. I don't pay attention often. Okay, but until then, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very good. Thank you very much. I am very grateful for you doing all those things. And I genuinely am. Look in the video notes. You'll see links to my Substack, my email newsletter. It's free. It's awesome. And it will make your life so much better. My Twitter, my Instagram, Facebook. I don't really use Facebook, but go ahead. Sign up for all of those. Follow me on whatever is the most convenient. Like other than the long videos, everything is, other than long videos, you can get most of the other content on those other platforms, like my little short videos. But come join me over here. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts. I would really like to know your thoughts on this. So also it helps with the algorithms. Let you know that YouTube knows there's somebody here. Like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. We've covered everything. So let me head over to me from last night. Classic Doctor Who companion wants a spin-off show. I could see this very probably happening, right? She's the right age, but don't think Tegan. I don't think Janet Fielding's up for it, frankly. Look, she was never one of the greatest thespians, even when she was acting, right? So, she can do Doctor Who, right? Last of Us Part 2. Oh, forget it. No, leave me alone. No, I don't want to know about it. It was supposed to be awful. Anyway. I don't think they're going to do that. I think it just got so roundly panned. Anyway, I digress. I see an Ace spin-off really possible and quite likely. In fact, I think they're going to want to fill the hole left by Sarah Jane Adventures. Sophie Aldred was fantastic in the Power of the Doctor. She stole the show, right? She was genuinely very, very good, and it was nice to see Tegan. But I think she really genuinely stole the show. I think she got the chops to be able to do it, and I would like to see her do it. I'm thinking maybe doing the Power of the Doctor excited her about it, like turned her back on. And I know Rusty Davis saw it, and I know he saw it was a good performance, right? It's so funny. I'm watching three of them here. The one with the least smug, the more smug you look, the less talented you are. Right, you got Janet Fielding, who's very loudly smug, like, "Oh, look, I'm looking down at you." Right, there's definitely got that look, but I think much more smug is the quietly smug Jodie Whittaker says, "I'm Jodie Whittaker." Meanwhile, Sophie Aldred like saying, "I guess that's what I'm told to do. I'll be here then." Doctor Who, so she was going to be in Sarah Jane Adventures, but I do think they're going to want to fill that hole. Right, in the they want to do something for younger audiences. Doctor Who star Sophie Aldred, although I think they're keeping stum about most of the spin-offs because they're going to be organically coming from the Doctor Who they're writing. All right. Doctor Who star Sophie Aldred has confirmed that she's interested in a spin-off starring her character Ace. The future looks bright for Doctor Who. Showrunner Russell T Davies has returned to the show's to the BBC's longest-running science fiction show, blah 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 series, and has acquired an unprecedented budget. Yeah, it's a good budget, but it's not what they said. It's not 10 million an episode, right? And even 10 million episode budgets like Game of Thrones most of that was on cocaine. Okay, you didn't see that on screen. There we go. If you doubt me, look at the latest season of Game of Thrones. Obviously, a lot of cocaine was being used, right? Obviously. How else did I think it was working, right? I wonder if that was a problem with Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who. I think they were just high on their own farts, quite frankly, right? That's what I think it is. Yeah, I think one of my favorite bits in that, one of the best bits, I say, in the Power of the Doctor was it, which is I'm Ace, and Bradley Walsh says, "I bet you are, darling." I bet she is. The view looks bright. BBC London Science Fiction Show. President budget. Fine, I finally found where I was. Right. Due to co-partnership with Badwall Studios and Disney Plus, the term "Hooniverse" is being bandied around. Well, because they trademarked it, right? And but they put a big sign on the wall saying "Welcome to the Hooniverse," right? So the home of the Hooniverse. Yes, no, it's being very bandied around because it's not, this is not a rumor. This is not Tom Baker being digitally de-aged. This is actually something that happened. Fine, we're up to. Meaning banded around. Meaning most viewers are expecting Davis to fulfill his dreams of building an expanded Doctor Who universe of spin-offs. May I rephrase that? An expanded Doctor Who spin-offs. I don't want to get a copyright ding out on that. Leave me alone. Yeah. There you go. Again, right? He did expand his Universal spin-offs one time already. Very successfully, right? This naturally means intense speculation about which former companions could potentially reprise their roles as stars of such a spin-off. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, we have been. That has been a topic of conversation, right? Absolutely. We have been discussing that. Good. Sophie Aldred, from Classic Who, I think it's really... there's Nicola Bryant and Sophie Aldred. I think both of them are cracking on a bit. To be fair. Bonnie Langford. I would love to see a Bonnie Langford Glitz show. Her and Tony Selby's passed away. I guess who do I want? What's the guy? The guy does all the motion capture stuff. What's his name? I don't know. Australian actor, looks very English. I'm going to look it up. Okay, now it's just annoying me. Planet of the Apes. Motion capture stuff. Smeagol as well. What's this? Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis, right? With Bonnie Langford. I would go for that. I would totally go for that. The future's looking bright for... I can't read that again, right? Fine. There's particular excitement about Sophie Aldred as Ace, the classic companion played from 87 to 89, and reprised her recent role in the Centenary Special. Well, again, if you didn't see it, she really was very, very good in it, right? It was... I was impressed. I was genuinely impressed at how good I think it. Those whole scenes just came alive. It was really bizarre, but every scene she was in was everything she was in, Jodie wasn't, which was also very helpful. Speaking to the Daily Express, Sophie Aldred has confirmed that she'll be interested in such a spin-off. Yeah, yes, come on, Aldred declared enthusiastically. I've got everything crossed that Rosalie Davis is thinking. He doesn't know. Then is thinking, oh yes, he's playing his cards very close to his chest. I can see it possible, but I don't know. We're not really going to know anything until we see the Doctor Who. Again, remember, like Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures all came directly from Doctor Who, right? We had both for the second season, essentially. Right, they were both developed in the 2006 season. Aldred is undoubtedly a classic man who could easily adapt to work for modern viewers. Yeah, I said this so many times. I wish they would do this for the Disney Plus channel. Take what's it? Survival, the last story. Strip out the special effects and the music, re-edit it together into one movie-length thing. Redo the special effects, redo the time. You'll have an awesome bit of TV movie, right? I think it would really work well, right? I think they could do that to a few of them. I mean, I would love to see them do Delta and the Bannerman, because that's just dire. But I really think that can be edited down into a reasonable 45-minute story, a 42-minute episode, right? I kind of, again, you're gonna need to redo the special effects extensively, especially with the kid. Oh god, that was awful, right? I think you just Matt another kid over it. It was so awful. And the baby, oh god, everything about it was bad. Yeah, you would have to like really do something with that. I don't know what. Where are we up to? The character Ace was something of a trailblazer in Doctor Who here. So yeah, look, Ace just segued perfectly into Rose, in my opinion. And again, if you did the what's that story? Again, Survival, right? Read it. It would, yeah, it works exactly in the same universe with Rose. Oh, forgot about my coffee. Where are we up to? A companion who was as much as the star of the show as Sylvester McCoy's Seventh Doctor himself. I agree with that, right? Yeah, no, I do agree with that. Ace reinvented the role of the companion, a complex and evolving character. Well, her and Andrew Cartmel, right? A complex and evolving, distinct arc, a journey of self-discovery, and arguably set a precedent for most of the modern era companions. Well, no, I don't think so. Here's what I think happened. I think that Andrew Cartmel understood how to create a character, how to write, right? And Rusty Davis understands how to create character and write. I think character-driven things have become much more important. I mean, the idea that we didn't really see the companion's life before Rose, right? We saw a bit with Ace, but the idea that like Rose had a boyfriend and a mother, we never saw that before, right? It was and it was never necessary, but now it kind of is. It makes it so much more real. Including those written by Davis himself. Her run was brought up to a abrupt end when the BBC cancelled Doctor Who. And she wasn't going to do another year. She was going to do maybe one or two. That was one more season max. I don't think she was carrying on, right? Still, Ace's story continued in other mediums, meaning an entire generation of Whovians grew up alongside it. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, I think she look. Her audio stuff has been really good, right? Let me have a quick look. Hang on. We'll do a quick review of all the Sophie Aldred on Big Finish. Right? Sophie Aldred. Let's have a look. We'll do sort by oldest first. That's where you're going to get the best first. Fine, let's go back to the story, and then we will do this next. I'll give you a full rundown, right? Modern Doctor Who set up a fascinating status quo for Ace. Sensing her time with the Doctor was ending, Ace took advantage of the time travel to make some investments in the past, make some investments paid off. In the present, making her a millionaire. She runs her own philanthropic company, a charitable worth, the first lesbian saying Ace, and carefully monitors activities, organizations like UNIT and Torchwood. She essentially is a globe-trotting adventurer, and as a you sold me, right? As a result, the Doctor Who Centenary Special, she now has a loose affiliation with the relaunched unit. They're not going to mention it's been relaunched. There have been rumors that Davis is considering a unit spin-off, and it's easy to... Oh, the only rumor that the solidest rumor is an anthology show with different monsters. It's easy to imagine Ace becoming an advisor to the Doctor's old friends and would frequently butt. I mean, honestly, I can see him bring him into the Big Finish unit range. God, that's boring. I do what you want. I'm not going to watch that. Davis is currently focused on season 14, blah, blah, blah. Fine, yes. We will look at the pictures from season, the shooting on season 14. Let's have a quick look at it. Go finish this up. Beyond the Sun. All these were good. This whole range was good, but man, 619. Fearmonger was such. Okay, this is all Ace exactly as she was on the screen. No development whatsoever. Fearmonger and the Genocide Machine. Both okay. It was a bit too like cookie cutter, Seventh Doctor, fight the power. Genocide Machine also I don't think was very good. This was great though. Shadow of the Scourge. This was 371. So this is set in the New Adventures universe with Bernie Summerfield, new Ace, who went off to fight in the Dalek Wars, and the Seventh Doctor. And that was excellent. Okay, all this stuff, Dust Breeding is when they reintroduced the Master, and Cold. They're both solid stories, but again, very normative Ace. There's no real change to Ace right here. That started with the Rapture, right? The Rapture was like a dance, like what was it called again? Like a house dance thing. I can't remember what it was called. There was a thing in the early 2000s. Let me see when this came out. 2002. Like there's something in like dance culture, party culture that I can't remember what it was. Rave. This was rare. Yeah, she got into like rave culture a bit in like Ibiza or somewhere. It is then she started to mature. Dark Flame wasn't very good. Also set in the New Adventures universe. Zagreus was a bold experiment which didn't really work. So the Harvest is when they brought on Philip Oliver as Hex. And there's also two other stories, the Reaping and the I can't remember. They're all Cybermen stories. So now we're into like phase 2 where we got Ace and Hex, and Ace is a different Ace by this point. She's matured and she's kind of showing Hex the ropes. There's no hint there's like any attraction between them, right? All these ones are okay, right? But it kicks up to another level. Man, this goes on for a while, right? But it starts to really kick up to another level. When was this? Well, there's a few good. I mean, I'd say Magic Mousetrap was excellent. Enemy of the Daleks is also excellent, right? I remember those two. 45 is okay. You can see when they started the downloads. It's like, oh, right here. Project Destiny was also pretty good. That's part of the Forge trilogy or whatever. In fact, this whole trilogy was Death in the Family, about the death of Evelyn Smythe, who was a Sixth Doctor audio companion. And Locus at the Sun is like, I can't remember what that was, but I remember it was quite good. So then they did like the Lost Season 20, Lost Season 27, and that wasn't very good. Basically, she was in one story before she went off to go to the Time Lord Academy to bring new life to the Time Lords. It was okay. It was a Ice Warrior story in the 60s. But none of these ones were really, really great. Okay, they're way too expensive. But we're into really great territory now. Protect and Survive, Black and White, and Gods and Monsters. Three of one of the best trilogies of that they've ever done. It's absolutely fantastic. It's kind of a direct continuation of Curse of Fenric, that kind of development with them, and I think it does tie directly into that. It's excellent, right? This is excellent. It's way too expensive, right? It should be $10 for all three of them. Love and War is also excellent, I have to say. Iris Wildtime. Light the End is fun. This Assassination Games, we're back into TV Ace again, right? This is a Seventh Doctor with countermeasures again. The post Hex stuff is okay, but it kind of wandered at this point, right? This was kind of as a Gallifrey intervention Earth. That's when Ace had been on the sent to the Time Lord Academy for a bit. So that was quite good. And also had Juliet Lando as Romana. A lot of that was good. I remember I should give that a re-listen. This is very was it All-Consuming Fire? Excellent. Theatre of War. Two New Adventures adaptations. But again, Nightshade's also a very good adaptation. I liked her in the Gallifrey Enemy Lines, but so then they brought her back with they had this must be a different continuity. I can't understand this. At some point, she's traveling with this is back with the Seventh Doctor in the 25th season. They're meeting up with Mel again. Fine, I forgot about that. And I think they went back to the Philip Oliver. No, this is still the 25th season. God, the Solar Encounter was agonizing. It was such a very, very clear Trumpian analogy. Yeah, you can see this is where they're just kind of running out of steam. So they got two simultaneous paths they're going here. One with the 25th season, one with Future with Philip Olivier. And Gallifrey Time War, that was the last of the good Gallifrey ones. Yeah, see, I just feel they're treading water at this point, right? It's much more of the same. And especially, like now, once the new logo comes on, forget it. Go away, run. I would advise. Oh, this was awful. Dark Universe, real disappointment. This was the worst release they've ever done. Flying Dutchman and Displaced. This was an absolute embarrassment. They should pay you $16.11 to listen to it. It was truly garbage. They moved her into Torchwood of late. Yeah. So like most things in Big Finish, it just kind of like ran out of steam. I have to tell you, it just kind of ran out of steam, which is a bit of a shame. Well, we got this other article as well covering Sophie Aldred. Doctor Who star burst into tears after returning after 30 years. Is this Sophie Aldred or is this Janet Fielding? One that shows classic companions opened up about coming back to the BBC series. Oh, Sophie Aldred. She seems very, very well. Maybe she is, right? She's 60 now, blimey. Sophie Aldred has spoken about being asked to come back to the BBC. Aldred, 60, portrayed the Canyon 8. Yeah, we said all this. Came back in the power of the Doctor. Here we are. And she went on to say, I ended the call and I burst into tears. I described it as a magic moment being asked back. I guess that's how the whole of BBC found it. Everybody on the production team. That's what they're all like burst into tears that they're coming back. Aldred and fellow classical man Tegan returned. Is that the entirety of the story? Even though she's done audio stuff. Okay. So I've had the jacket hang around my cupboard all these years in case I brought it out when people ask and things at conventions. Working with Sylvester McCoy was an absolute dream. Obviously, we've worked together a lot intervening years, and I'm forever thankful to call him one of my best pals still. Yeah, their relationship was really, really evident on screen. Right, absolutely. I really, really liked that. That's what the Silver Nemesis. It's the only good thing about Silver Nemesis. That picture. She said it was a really moving moment for the pair, reading lines together. I bet you it was. Right, I bet you it was. It was a very similar atmosphere. Well, the ratings were about the same. Yours were better, actually. Something of rare in today's fast-paced television making. The first day I did my own on my own, and that was a bit terrifying, she said. But after that, after meeting everyone, she felt like a sense of family and crew. Felt incredibly friendly. Okay. I think John Barrowman was more friendly than anybody else. I don't think anybody got more friendly than him. Maybe Michael Jackson. When he would invite people around to his house, he was very friendly. On a practical level, the cameras and equipment were much smaller. It's interesting than during her time. Wow, yeah, I didn't think about that. I think it provided fighter fans with something they've been looking for. She's had said about the episode. We never was looking. We were looking for this episode for it to just go away. Right. Absolutely. Yeah. We were fine. We don't need to find anything. Right. But they had decent parts, right? I do agree. So yeah. I think there's a good possibility that we will be seeing more of Ace. Wouldn't that be great? I'm Ace. I bet you are, darling. I bet you are. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.